Welcome to this week's Baker Roundtable. I'm Xiomara Nunez. I'm here with Ruth Sarna, who has been the Director of Health Services at Baker for the past 25 years. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Right, so you recently announced that you will be retiring at the end of this semester.
I did. It was a very hard decision. I will miss the students terribly, and I have to keep thinking it'll be okay.
What made you take this decision?
Well, several things. My daughter kept asking me when I was going to retire, and my answer to her for probably the last several years has been, well, I just love the students. And she said, well, that'll go on forever. And so, and I will continually to have them in my heart, and all of you in my heart. We have 14 grandchildren, and of those 14, 12 of them are in the Kansas City, Lawrence area. So we do a lot of grandchildren watching baseball, soccer, volleyball, dance, and whatever activity they're in. And then the youngest of the 14 is in Lawrence, and she will be in kindergarten next year. And so I thought, I need a semester. Her name is Emily Ruth, and I need some time with Emily Ruth.
What other plans do you have besides spending more time with your grandchildren?
We're hoping to go to Hawaii. We were married 25 years, 3 years ago, and there was supposed to be a trip for our 25th wedding anniversary, and that didn't happen. So I keep saying it's overdue. So we're hoping to do that in probably early next year.
So when you first decided to come to Baker so many years ago, what attracted you to come?
Well, I was without a job at the time, which is a good reason to look for a job. And my husband graduated from Baker, so it was really a neat tie-in to have that here. He had his 50th year anniversary of graduation last spring.
Since your time here, what has been the hardest part of your job?
I think the hardest part is maybe when I've seen a student and then I'm not sure if they haven't come back to see me, if they got better or what happened. And I do a lot of follow-up to make sure. And my colleagues kind of tease me about that they say, well, you know, how do you do? I said, well, it's just I want to make sure that they have had good care. The other part, I guess, is just I get very attached to you all. So I cry at graduation, and then like this summer, then when the new students were coming in, then it's kind of an exciting time because there's a whole new group coming in. But I do get attached to you all.
Is that something that you're going to miss once you retire, the excitement of greeting new students?
Yes, I will, very much so. And part of that has been to meeting with their families and the parents, and I think that reassurance that there's health services on campus, and that you know, if their child or son or daughter has any problems, they can come to me. And I always tease them that they don't have to be sick. They can just come by for a hug if they need that when they get homesick or whatever.
What are some of your fondest moments of being here?
Being with the students, being part of their lives, but seeing them mature as they come in. You know, sometimes I always joke with them that they're these timid freshmen, and then they get to your level and they're very confident young people. And I think that's one of the thrills of seeing that maturity develop and that confidence in themselves as individuals.
What have you enjoyed the most about your job?
Well, just the daily interactions with the students, but I also have been privileged. Coach Grossner has allowed me to give pep talks to the football team, and I think it's probably been 5 or 6 years, and I approached him one time and I said, you know, my ambition is to give a pep talk to the team, and he goes, well, when do you want to do it? And I go, oh my gosh, yeah. So it's become kind of a tradition, and last year, as I've done it each year, then the students say, hey, Ruth, you didn't give us our talk. So last year, we got as far as the playoffs, And we were in Fort Wayne. We followed the team there. My husband and I flew to Fort Wayne to watch them. And so the kids said, Ruth, you didn't give us your talk. So I gave it that morning. It was pretty neat. The coach called the whole team out on the parking lot of the Holiday Inn where they were staying, and I gave them the rah-rah talk. I don't know if I helped any, but I just wanted to instill in the guys that they were capable of winning, and that enthusiasm had to be there, and the leaders needed to step forward, and just some of those things that and then I told them, I announced my retirement, and I said, you know, each August I say, you have to get me to playoffs. I said, this is your last chance. So, as if that's a threat, huh? But it's, I've really had a good time with that. And then the families of the football team have a tailgate in every game, and they include us, my husband and I, in that, and it's a really neat part of the life, and the families are just terrific families, very supportive.
You are seen at almost every sporting game, just cheering everyone on, just being Baker's #1 cheerleader. So after you retire, will you still attend Baker sporting events?
I will, and I'll have to be cautious because they'll might say, like, who is that stranger? But I do come, and I love to the theater and the music, and just making sure that students know that I've cared about them, and I hope to keep in touch.
Thank you for joining us. So that's it for the Baker Roundtable. I'm Xiomara Nunez, here with Ruth Sarna. Thank you.